gets all the way up to an opal. So, I mean, come on, you can't beat that.
Yeah, that was some of the best MyTeam stuff, in my opinion, all those Kobe challenges to overcome and evolve that card. Now, we've also heard that MyTeam Unlimited is returning for NBA 2K21. Did you get any details on that, Blake?
Yeah, Unlimited is coming back for sure, and there's also going to be new ways to compete as well. So you're going to want to keep your eyes out for that.
Blake, you...
Introducing the starters for your starting at the other.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David? Well, thank you, David. As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. You take a look at the 76ers. Right now, the sixth best record in the conference, looking to hold on to playoff position and finish the regular season strong. And, of course, the Atlanta Hawks, quite a few spots down the ladder right now.
And right now for the Hawks, this has been a season I'm sure they'd like to forget. And luckily, they'll be able to do that soon enough.
You know, maybe they'd like to forget it, but there are lessons to take from it as well. I mean, the mistakes they've made this year can't be repeated if they want to get a taste of the postseason anytime soon.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. Richardson and Harris filling out the wings. The talented combo up front, Horford and Embiid. And it's Milton in at the 1. And for Atlanta, Young and Herter make up the back. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. And it's Capella in at center. That one is good from Joel Embiid. And with the playoffs ahead, some have argued for a play-in tournament, Clark, to determine the 6 through 10 seed. What do you think of that?
An interesting concept. In theory, it certainly might allow for more teams to be engaged down the stretch. You know, with Adam Silver, he's very much interested in seeing how to make the game better in every way. So there are no sacred cows. Just because it's been done one way before doesn't mean that he's not looking at ways to change it for him.
And keep that fan base really interested.
Yeah, that's a big part of what's made the league as successful as it has been worldwide.
Harris passes to Horford. Over Hunter. Horford no luck. The Hawks have gone 4 of 4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here.
You just can't leave anyone open around Young. He's very capable of spotting his uncovered teammates.
Horford double team. Stolen by Collins. And the pass to Hunter. Here's Herter. Young outside. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Richardson against Young. And the rejection by Collins. Pass to Milton. Philadelphia moving the ball around. 4 on the shot clock. It's stolen by Capella. Here's Young. Finished off the break. Young's got 5. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Hawks.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Here's Herter. Coming in off a 10-point performance last game out. It's Young on the wing. Shoots the 3. Horford with the rebound.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room. You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That is his first foul of the game. Hawks making a switch here. Reddish is checked in. Young passes to Collins. 1:27 left here in the first quarter. Good work defensively by Horford. And so it's Neto with the ball. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia, trailing by 5.
And there's been some turnover in the Philly front office, but through it all, some bold moves.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, guys. First, the process, and we heard a lot about that as they were stockpiling draft picks and losing a lot of games. It was maybe the most drastic rebuild in NBA history, at least as I can recall. Then new leadership in Elton Brand, who's done an outstanding job pushing all their chips into the middle to go for it. Great credit to him for not sitting back. In both cases, a plan and a direction, and that's what you want from your organization.
Here's Young, following the basket by Al Horford. 41 seconds left to play in the first. Just 5 to shoot. And here's Young from the arc. Drains it from beyond the arc. Young's got 8.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Here's the 3. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound. Embiid's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Harris passes to Embiid. It's stolen by Reddish. And Reddish with the slam.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
Rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish.
Guys, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Oh, and he nails it just in time.
One eye on the...
Trae Young, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Atlanta Hawks. He was a true standout at the offensive end, both with his...
What put me over the edge.
Playing for a historic franchise, Greg, they've got, of course, the great fan support, great history, something Horford relishes.
A great choice. A team with depth and youth. They have a chance to be good for a long time.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And for the Hawks, guys, what stands out to you stats-wise?
I mean, offensively, I thought they did a good job of protecting the ball. And defensively, boy, were they disruptive.
Yeah, I like the way they forced a ton of turnovers and then took advantage of those turnovers with opportunistic baskets.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. And so in the game for the Hawks, Teague out there at Bembry. Then it's Reddish. And there's Carter. And it's Dedmon in at the 5, roaming the paint. Mark Miles, he's jacked in for Philadelphia. Teague, the pass to Bembry. To the inside, Dedmon. Good D by Embiid. The 76ers trail by 6. And now the 76ers on the break. Robinson, that's good. And we play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter.
You know, guys, it's crazy to think that Joel Embiid once considered quitting the game. I mean, his first practice at Kansas, a senior dunked on him so hard he went to the coach and said, maybe I should get out of this stuff. Luckily, the coach talked him down, and now we see one of the best in the league. Great job of crashing the offensive glass. He stayed with it. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, Josh Richardson has made himself into one of the top defensive wings in the league. Richardson says there's a certain competitiveness that comes with being a good defender. The defensive end takes will, and I have a lot of it. Kevin J. Rich is self-described as super competitive. That edge is what drives him.
It sure is. That's what it takes. Thank you, David. And it's Carter missing.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Boy, it really puts pressure on the defense when Embiid makes an effort to run in transition like that.
And some real adversity for Joel Embiid after leaving Kansas. Foot injuries costing him the first 2 years, Clark, of his career. And then, back in Cameroon, the tragic passing of his beloved brother.
Yeah, that's a hard road to hoe, and adversity oftentimes, while painful, can steal us for the promised land or positive outcomes. And, you know, Embiid really driven by his goal to inspire others in Africa to make a better life, and that drove him to be where he is now.
Yep, that one goes. Teague's got his first bucket of the night.
And the crafty, cunning Teague, fantastic at finding ways to score down low.
Here's what the Atlanta Hawks have lined up on their schedule. On Saturday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Cleveland Cavaliers. And then on Monday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans.
And for that matchup with the Thunder, you know they want to come out and make a big statement in that one. It won't be easy, but anything can happen.
And it's a completely new group for Atlanta. Then for the 76ers, Al Horford is checked in for Embiid. Josh Richardson comes in for Robinson. And Raul Neto is subbed in for Alec Burks. Got that bucket in no time at all. Korkmaz has got his first points of the game. Atlanta leading by 4. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Young taking his time here. Clock at 6. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Their last encounter was in Philadelphia.
And whether by design or by accident, they drew so many fouls in that game. Foul trouble for the other side became a huge issue.
And as a result, there was a blowout win. I mean, credit them for initiating contact and forcing the officials to make the calls.
Richardson kicks to Scott. Poked away. Now the Hawks moving it the other way. Here's Herter. The big dunk at the end of the break.
And how about the awareness Hunter possesses? Understands when one of his guys has an opportunity.
Neto finds Horford. Richardson outside. Back to Neto. And Jones over to help. Neto can't get it to go.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. Young outside. And again, it's Atlanta.
And a depth mid-range shooter as well. All Young needs is a little breathing room, and he set the fire.
Neto kicks to Korkmaz. Back to Neto. 2 on the clock. Good defensive work there by Young.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as...
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2. We saw Trae Young lighting it up in the first half. He had 12 points. And
we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
And, you know, that's not a job they asked him to do very often. But in the first half, I thought he was in perfect sync with his teammates.
So on the floor for Philadelphia, Harris at small forward with Horford at the 4. Then there's Richardson, and there's Embiid, and it's Milton in at the point guard position. A lot of players keep track of their stats, their own team stats. But Clark, how much do guys pay attention to stats in game?
I have no idea. I mean, I know stat sheets are given to the coaches during the timeouts throughout the game, but I don't think players in general are able to monitor their numbers. Now, there are exceptions to every rule. I imagine every team may have a player or two that can chart his numbers during the game, but the vast majority are too occupied with playing the game to keep up with the stats.
And they're looking up at the scoreboard, too, aren't they? Because they give individual stats up on the board.
Oh, man. I tell you that, and then watching replays is one of my pet peeves with players. I mean, they should just focus on playing the game instead of always looking up to see if they fouled or not.
The 76ers trail by 6. Fast break here. Here come the Hawks. Young with the ball. Yep, that one goes in there. Young's got 16 points.
Right there, you love what Young gives you. A great facilitator in transition, and he's also a terrific finisher.
And the last 2 drafts, the Atlanta Hawks aggressively making trades to assemble this roster.
And drafting DeAndre Hunter and Cam Reddish great length and versatility on the wings. You pair that with Trae Young and John Collins, and that's an exciting young core for the Hawks.
And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That's foul number 2 for him. Some changes for Philadelphia. Robinson's checked in for Richardson, and it's Bergson for Shake Milton. Here's Hurd. 10 points for him. Pass to Capella. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Herder passes to Capella, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, well, the Hawks said they were going to be patient when they rebuilt their team, and they were going to do it through the draft, and they've stuck to that script. Now, Trae Young is probably the biggest name, but Atlanta's added a lot of great young talent the last 3 years. There's John Collins, Kevin Huerter, and in 2019, the Hawks added 3 more good young players in the draft. DeAndre Hunter, Cam Reddish, and Bruno Fernando. Things are looking up in Atlanta.
I would think so, too. On paper, it looks good. We'll see if it materializes. D.A., thank you as always.
Yeah, you know, Harris is an active player. I mean, he's smooth and he's skilled, but he's also a guy that's got some grit and grind to him as well, and gets in there and keeps possessions alive.
Passes it to Herder. On deep. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got 6 assists in the game.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Thibault can't get it to go. The Hawks leading by 10. Stolen by Robinson. Harris passes to Embiid. Collins grabs the miss. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. That will complete this 4-game homestand. Harris against Collins. Harris misses. Hawks have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half.
Out of Wake Forest, John Collins quickly emerging as a top-notch scorer. A tremendous finisher, and his range extends out beyond the arc.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Back to Capella. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Boy, Capella is a real force inside. I mean, when he gets this close, you pretty much have to foul.
That free throw, no good. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Collins. Reddish comes in for Hunter. Andre Bembry's checked in for Kevin Huerter. And it's Teague in for Young. And then for Philadelphia, Al Horford. He's checked in for Embiid. Korkmaz comes in for Robinson. And Raul Neto subbed in for Alec Burks. 40 seconds left here in the third quarter. Bembry shot good.
Their 3rd three-pointer in a row.
Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustment here.
Horford the pass to Harris. Good work defensively by Capella. Atlanta leading by 9. Here's Bembry. And that one, good. Bembry's got 5 points now this quarter.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Count it.
A remarkable interior presence. Horford's a veteran who still has those polished post moves.
Bembry kicks the tee. The pass to Reddish. Here's Bembry. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's the Atlanta Hawks ahead by 9. Is Coach Brett Brown with some words for his players.
It's going to take everything you got.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Atlanta's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. They've got Carter, Teague out there with Reddish. Then it's Dwayne Dedmon, and it's Fernando in at the 4 spot. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. They get it back. The kick out to T. From deep three-point range. Walk for the new shot clock. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Teague's got the lead up to 11 now for the Hawks. Richardson outside. Here's Korkmaz, defended by Carter. Korkmaz, no good.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
There's the steal. Feeds to Harris. And slam dunk by Harris.
Not settling for the layup. Sometimes you got to go strong, and Harris gets the chance to stuff it there. He didn't let it slip by him.
That's tipped. Dishes to Dedmon. Up and in on the layup. And the Hawks lead by 11.
And, you know, coaches will take possessions like that all day long. Phenomenal use of the screen there.
Korkmaz, no good.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Carter. And Vince Carter with the slam.
And you know Carter is taking off on the drive. When he has a head of steam like that, he's looking to tear off the rim.
Harris. Horford tried to free himself up. Harris, no good. The Hawks leading by 13. Here's Reddish. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth, physical basketball, guys.
Embiid, he's checked in for the 76ers. And, of course, there's no questioning Cam Reddish's talent level. Greg, he has a high ceiling.
Yeah, I mean, great size, length, the fluidity as an athlete. He can make an impact at both ends of the floor, shoots the three well for a young player, and you love his ability to match up, really 1 through 5.
Young. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Harris. As you're watching a game unfold, what characteristic do you look for in a great closer?
Obviously confidence, a real eagerness to make difference-making plays late, and somebody who can create his own shot if a play breaks down. I mean, that's essential.
Richardson, good.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Young passes to Capella. And here's Collins, guarded by Embiid. Here's Young. Got it. Good job in the low post. Young's got 4 points in the quarter.
An effective multi-dimensional scorer. Young is incredible at turning on the Jets when he's feeling.
Richardson attacking. And they call the foul, so a chance at... And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video reviews showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. So it's Atlanta now. And so Young will bring it up for the Hawks. To the paint, here's Reddish. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got his 7th assist in the game. It's Richardson on the wing. Clark, a lot of fans ask us what qualifies as a legal screen versus a moving screen. They feel there's a lot of gray area there. What do you think?
Well, I think think there is some gray area because the problem you have, one of the problems is a number of veterans out there have become really masters at getting a little extra into their screen, which borders on illegal and many times is. So the league is doing a pretty good job of clarifying. And if you're moving your lower or upper body to help a teammate with your screen, then that should be called. And most times it is called as illegal. A hip check, a shoulder, any of that to set a screen is illegal.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Hawks.
The sheer volume of three-pointers was the deciding factor tonight, it seemed.
Yeah, they sink one and then do it again, and that strategy did work.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season. And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Trae Young.
An unbelievable scoring performance. He absolutely took over and never let up.
And you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, you know, I agree with you. They waited too long to finally ramp themselves up.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Pass to Capella. Back to Young. From past the arc. No good that time. And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Blake, you and I know the community loves that competition in MyTeam. What did the devs give you in terms of insight into competitive MyTeam?
Well, you will be competing for championship rings in NBA 2K21. That's it. That's all I can say, but there will be more ways to play and compete in MyTeam.
I like the sound of that.
I know something that we're really excited about is that your progress carries over from current gen to next gen.
And getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the... Well, and I feel, David, they're still in great position. I know you do too. Thanks for that report. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Tatum.
And his scoring numbers have been going in the right direction these past few years. He's gotten better and better at handling what those opposing defenses are throwing his way and finding ways to get his points all over the floor.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. Richardson and Harris filling out the wings. The talented combo up front, Horford and Embiid. And it's Milton in at the 1. And for the Celtics, Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. Hayward at small forward with Tatum at the 4. And it's Tice in at center. And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Hayward against Harris. Back to Richardson. 6 on the shot clock. And that'll be Philadelphia as it goes out of bounds. 76ers retain possession. Shot clock at 2. Harris. Inching closer to the postseason, Chris. The playoffs right around the corner. Is there anything you would change with the playoff format?
You know, I've thought about this a lot, and because it's cyclical, meaning who's going to be number 1 or number 8 in your conference, that makes me not want to change anything. One idea, however, that I've always entertained is top 1 through 16. So let's take conferences out of it, let's take divisions out of it, and just rank them by records 1 through 16. I think that would have a pretty good impact on who's in and who's out, but I think it would also mess with travel and the whole logistical and a whole bunch of logistics in that way and mess it up. But I really like how we have it, man. 1 through 8 on both sides and made the best team win.
How about reseeding?
Well, we could reseed, and that just opens up so many. You know what? I'm a guy, I got to get used to changing. Maybe if I hear some more ideas, I'm with it, but right now I like it the way we go.
I hear you. I hear you. Smart's checked in for Jason Tatum. Oh, offensive interference. And the call will be against Al Horford. That is his first foul of the game. Now, here's Tice. He's tightly guarded. The 10-footer.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Harris with it. He's picked up by Walker. Harris misses. Celtics have gone 0 of 5 here to start the game. Rough start for them. And stolen by Harris. Lets it go with a 3. Buries it from 3-point range. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first.
Well, you have to give credit to Kemba Walker, who has always found ways to improve his game year after year. Has worked on that shot and tool set enough where he can now be a handful to defend for any guard.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Enes Kanter comes in for Daniel Tice, and it's Williams in for Gordon Hayward. Now here is Harris. A 24-point outing in their last game against Detroit. And now with the fast break, Smart with the ball. And it's Brown that time on the assist from Smart.
Oh, nice look there from Smart, finding the open man.
The 76ers leading by 5. And with Walker, as he has progressed as a player. Now, Greg, so has his leadership.
And Kemba has been a natural leader for so long during his time. When your leader puts in the work that Kemba does, it has to inspire the rest of that roster. And with all their rangy wing defenders, the Celtics are well suited for the modern game.
Oh, yeah, they make it tough for opponents to get clean looks on the perimeter, GA, with their defense. I mean, it's a strong defensive team also because of the competitors that they possess.
To the middle. Thibault, the pass to Scott. To the inside, Embiid. Philadelphia moving the ball around. To the right side. Lets the 3 fly. Another miss by Philadelphia.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
Oh, man, did you see him close that gap? What a great job. He made the shooter feel uncomfortable.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Now here's Smart. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Bucks in Milwaukee. Releases. The putback. And Kanter pulls it down. Celtics trail by 4. And Williams, here we go. And they pick up 2.
Oh, the timing couldn't have been better on that assist.
Here's Korkmaz. He's covered by Brown. Scott kicks to Korkmaz. Shoots over Brown. And the first shot of the night for him, no good. The Celtics shooting a lowly 30% to start this game out. Fires from the corner. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Brown's got his second bucket.
Well, how about the quickness of that release? Brown just draining that catch-and-shoot jumper with ease.
Scott against Williams. There's 21 seconds left here in the opening quarter. 5 to shoot. Here's Korkmaz. And he overshot that one, missing. Left side, Brown. A miss that time. Would have put him up. From deep. Tie game in Boston. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. The game is evolving, and Al Horford has changed his game.
It never occurred to me that I'd be...
And give Horford credit. He adjusted with the times. He didn't stay set, Greg, in his ways.
Yeah, he was always a great mid-range shooter, and he's proven to be a legitimate threat from deep.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. When you consider how the Celtics are doing, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
No question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
Enes Kanter is out there with Williams. Then it's Tatum. Then there's Smart. And it's Wanamaker in at the point. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
76ers trailing. And after signing a 4-year, $52 million contract extension, Marcus Smart rewarded the Celtics, Chris, with the best season of his young career.
Yeah, his best shooting percentages by far. I mean, add in his continued progress as a playmaker. Don't forget he's the man on the defensive end. I think that's money well spent for Boston.
Scott, good.
He'll do some damage if they give him that shot. Don't give him a clean look. Get out there on him.
Now here's Smart, guarded closely. Shot from 12. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Embiid's got 8 rebounds in this game. And it's blocked.
The long arm of the law. Tatum prohibiting that shot from ever having a chance.
Boston making some changes. Hayward comes in for Enes Kanter. And Walker subbed in for Marcus Smart. And then for Philadelphia, Al Horford's checked in for Embiid. Tobias Harris comes in for Scott. And it's Richardson in for Korkmaz. And the foul on Glenn Robinson. That is his first foul of the game. On defense, the 76ers. It's a 3-point game. Wanamaker misses. Passes to Horford. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And they've had 2 completely different quarters. Field goal percentage just over 20 in the first, and they've shot themselves out of that slump and have the lead here in the second.
Here's Harris. Rebounded by the Celtics. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks. Here's Hayward. The kick out to Tatum. Right side, Williams. To halt the run. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Philadelphia leading by 5. To the wing right side. Here's Robinson. The shot that time, not on target. And the Celtics going the other way now. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home.
Oh, he's a solid shot blocker now. It's thanks to his timing and great anticipation skill. It's not easy scoring on Horford.
Here's Harris. Picked him clean. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Hayward.
And now look at Jason Tatum. Over the last month, he has been spectacular. He's putting up about 28 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he does so much for this team, but it starts with the way he leads the offense.
Yeah, he's willing to take on the scoring load, and he's more than capable of delivering.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Wanamaker looking over the floor. Tice, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
And there's the pass to Milton. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Horford gets the bucket. Horford's got 6 points in the quarter.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Wanamaker the pass to Tice. From outside the arc, drills the three-pointer. Tice has got 5 now.
And you can learn a lot by watching him operating your offense.
Milton the pass to Robinson. Harris outside. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Pass to Robinson. Shot clock at 6. The 76ers need to get off a shot. They get the rebound. Horford kicks to Robinson. Over Tatum. Here's Harris. Back to Horford. And another shot. For 3, Richardson. Hayward grabs the board.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Yeah, and I have too, which is why they're okay with it. I'm sure if he gets that kind of look again, he's going to let it fly again. I mean, it took him a long time to get into the flow of the game, but the points are starting to come for him now.
Richardson misses from close range. Here's Wanamaker. No good on the last second attempt there. And that's it for the first half of action. Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K. For the 76ers, the first quarter was pretty even. They were on a nice little roll in that opening. And
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Al Horford with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And he was an absolute monster on the offensive glass in that first half. I don't know how you slow him down.
Yeah, you must try to match his energy level first and foremost. But right now, he's just out hustling guys to the ball.
So on the floor for Philadelphia, the talented combo up front, Horford and Embiid. Richardson and Harris filling out the wings. And it's Milton in at the point guard. From a pure entertainment standpoint, who's a player that you think is must-watch TV?
Oh, man, you got to go Curry, Lillard, Harden, Giannis, Embiid, Simmons. I mean, you could just keep going. Let's go Lou Will off the bench. Let's even go defensively. You can even go Patrick Beverly. So many guys that is just so much fun to watch play. Must-see TV.
Walker with it. Some stats for him. He averages over 21 points a game. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
The 76ers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Here's Thibault. Misses off the left iron.
Does a good job just to get the shot off clean. Even if he can't knock it down, fadeaway is really his only choice there.
And so it's Neto with the ball. He'll bring it up for the 76ers. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. To start a 3-game homestand with that game. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way.
Looking here at some numbers for Gordon Hayward. He's one of the standouts over the last month. He's right around 17 points a night, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. But to have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
Yeah, it gives you something you really can rely on going into every game. And you can also work off of him to look to create for others.
Stolen by Kansas. Out of bounds. It'll be 76ers ball. It's getting late in the season. Let's now see the standings out east. You take a look at the Celtics. Unless they completely melt down, they should be in good position for a playoff run. And, of course, Philadelphia. They're 6th in the conference.
And for Philadelphia, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
Well, it's possible we haven't seen them at their best yet. They've shown they can play with any team in the league. And now they need to do it every night, not just some nights.
The second chance effort. Scott, good. Scott's got his second bucket tonight.
And that's a perfect setup. Solid screen, defender can't avoid it. Opens up a clear path to the bucket.
And you look at Joel Embiid, maybe the best two-way big man, Chris, in the NBA today. If there's anything he needs to work on, what would that be?
Well, I still think that there's room for growth as far as his playmaking. I mean, Kevin, he's going to command double teams on a nightly basis. So it's all about taking advantage of the defense for sending that extra man.
Here's Brown, and there are the Celtics with another basket.
And the execution has just been off defensively here in the second. Play after play, it's almost as if they're a step slow.
Embiid, and it's good for 2. Embiid's got 4 this quarter.
Can't let Embiid get comfortable inside. When he's this close, he's adept at burning the defense.
Here's Smart. Plays it up and banks it in. Smart's got the lead up to 4 now for the Celtics.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
We see this all too often. You have to be willing to put in the work.
The Celtics have gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip. With The floater. The shot's good from Gordon Hayward. And the Celtics lead by 4.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
Here's Thibault. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
He's made 1 and missed 1 so far in the game.
Yeah, and I love the fans in Philly. They're notoriously prickly, though. They expect hard-nosed effort. If not, they'll let you hear about it.
Robert Williams, he's checked in for Boston. Philadelphia also making some changes. Al Horford is checked in for Mike Scott. Korkmaz comes in for Alec Burks. And it's Richardson in for Raul Neto. Pass to Korkmaz. Here's Thibault. Back to Korkmaz. Takes it off the glass.
And they're showing much more focus here in the second half. More effort as well. And their offense starting to show signs of life.
Here's Brown. Tips it. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
And it's out of bounds. The 76ers able to retain possession here. And some changes here for the Celtics. Daniel Tice is checked in for Cantor. Jason Tatum comes in for Gordon Hayward. And it's Kemba Walker in for Jaylen Brown.
I mean, he does things that other bigs simply can't. Horford, a phenomenal passer for his position.
Up again, and Williams is right there. Williams has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. The 76ers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
And the first one drops. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Smart goes in. Oh, and he misses the dunk. Good if it goes. That one doesn't drop. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Celtics lead by 1. And now let's listen into the huddle of Brad Stevens.
Stay the course. We just got to be a little bit.
We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the 4th quarter. On the floor for Boston. Walker in, Smart the guard. Jason Tatum is out there with Williams. And it's Tice in at the 5 spot. So it's Philadelphia now. Passes it to Milton. To take the lead. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Clearly a foul. And for the Sixers, the health of their draft picks has been a story. Zaire Smith, Markelle Fultz, Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, all missing significant time with injury.
Health continues to be a key for them, GA. And Embiid in particular, he's missed some games last year, missed some back-to-backs. And, he's 7'2". You just hope his knees could withstand the grind. They got to keep him going to reach their goal.
That one good for 2.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
There's the pass to Korkmaz. Harris with it. Guarded by Tatum. Harris, good. Harris has got his first points of the night.
Cutting into that deficit now, well within striking distance.
Yeah, just trying to keep the momentum now, and that's easier said than done.
That's a 2-pointer from Walker, and all around the rim that time before dropping in. And the Celtics lead by 1. It's Richardson on the wing, guarded by Walker. Richardson kicks to Harris. Tries it from the top of the key. A new 14 for the 76ers. Over Tice. Harris misses.
Fantastic positioning there to contest that one.
Oh, textbook defense. I mean, it took a good angle to the shooter and bothered the release.
Here's Richardson. So it's Richardson with the jam.
Did you see the no-look pass by Harris right there? I mean, he's a wing that knows how to move the ball.
It's Smart with the drive. And finished off by Williams. And guys, here in the fourth quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
And here we go with the coach's challenge. I'm surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Even with the D giving him a lot of attention, he's still finding ways to light him up.
Pass to Milton. Here's Korkmaz. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. And staying with the play, Harris.
Oh, stepping up as a leader. There's a reason Harris has the ball in these spots. He knows how to deliver.
Walker the pass to Tice. Outside, Walker. Back to Tice. Just 4 to shoot. For 3. But they get it back.
He enjoys having the ball in his hands during crucial possessions. And the way Walker plays tonight, it's clear.
Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Milton's shot is good. Milton's got 4 points in the quarter. And Walker's got the ball here for the Celtics. They lead by 1. Tatum wide open. He fires one. No good on the 3.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
He drops the first one, and that ties the game up. Gordon Hayward's checked in for Boston. Jaylen Brown comes in for Marcus Smart. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Korkmaz.
Yeah, good job, man. I mean, it's this close. The team that wins the free throw battle might win the game. A gigantic bucket. Brown stepping into the spotlight when it matters most.
Harris dishes to Embiid. Puts it up from 12. Rebound by the Celtics. Tice has got his 8th rebound here tonight. 1:12 left to play in the final quarter. The 3 from Tatum. Nailed from three-point land. And now a 4-point Boston lead.
Well, amazing. So much talent for Tatum, but also that hit factor.
From deep three-point range. Rebound by the Celtics. Hayward passes to Tatum. Kick out to Walker. The 3-ball. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And it's not about running up the score. It's about closing the door on any kind of comeback.
Count it! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Everybody knew the ball was going to Horford in that situation because he routinely makes big shots. He has no fear.
And it was going back and forth there for a while, but now starting to just stretch out that lead a bit. They're definitely looking like the better team.
Pass to Milton. From deep. And Tatum pulls it down. Puts it up from 17. Can't finish the one-handed jam. Horford attacking, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Kemba Walker picks one up.
And Horford caught the defense off guard there, attacking the rim and working his way to the line.
And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. And so it's the Boston Celtics with the W. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges.
body fluid. And goaltender. Unprecedented improvements in shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Gen to next gen.
Yeah, that's big. I mean, you can start playing on current gen on September 4th and, you know, collect cards, keep going on your progressions, and then migrate over to the next gen, and you get everything that you did. Your progression, your cards, your My Points, your VC, and your tokens all carry over to next gen.
Yeah, I know one thing the community was absolutely asking for is that sense of progression and putting
the bustle. And the game is going global. You're right. Thank you, DA. And here's a look at some numbers for Powell.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different score than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
Look at the 76ers starting group. The talented combo up front, Horford and Embiid. Richardson and Harris filling out the wings. And it's Milton in at the points. And for Toronto, Anunoby and Siakam in at the forward slots. Lowry out there with Fred VanVleet. And it's Ibaka in at the center filling out the middle. And Greg, Al Horford over the summer opting out of a contract with Boston, the final year with the Celtics. A bit of a surprise to fans.
You know, Horford said he wanted to test free agency. Talks between him and Boston abruptly ended. Was wooed by several teams, but ultimately signed on with the Sixers.
Count that one from VanVleet. Well, it was the Raptors winning their last game against the Jazz. On the wing, Harris. Pass to Horford from 12 feet out, and the basket is good.
This is where Tobias has really improved, keeping his eyes up, making plays for others.
Lowry deciding where to go with it here. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Well, Steve, a great time of the year. A number of teams battling for playoff position. Is home court advantage as important as it used to be, Steve?
Yeah, I think it is. I still think it comes down, if it's a Game 7, which we all want to see, you want it at home. You want to sleep in your bed. You want to be on your court. And I think it gives you advantage always.
Here's Milton. 14 points from him the last game against Detroit. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
I love it. Beautiful job getting to the rim, making a play.
Right wing. Now the pass to Siakam. Trying to get open is Ibaka. Siakam misses. For Philadelphia, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Embiid, the pass to Richardson. Back to Embiid. Over Siakam. No good. So the Raptors will take it the other way. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
They played terrific defensively. The few cracks they showed, guys were quick to rotate and help each other out.
I love the communication, love the hustle. They came up with big stops all night.
And Embiid has got the ball here for Philadelphia. They trail by 1. Last time they came together was in Toronto, where they fell to the Raptors.
And their last time playing this club, foul trouble became a big problem for them. Their starters had to take an early stint on the bench.
You know what? That's unfair to the bench to expect them to pick up all of the slack. They need to stay away from slapping and reaching.
Horford, no luck.
I'm not sure the defense affected that shot. That was just a blown gimme.
Siakam kicks to Ibaka, takes the 3. The Raptors rebound. That shot off. Philadelphia shooting well off their usual numbers, around 29% so far. A nice shot by Harris.
It can be deceiving. The quickness of Harris's first step, nice.
We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter.
And Raptors president of basketball operations, Masai Ujiri, not just doing an amazing job in Toronto, he's also had a huge role in the growing of the game in Africa.
Growing up in Nigeria, he fell in love with the game of basketball, and he has worked his way up. Now he's given a hand back, building pathways for others to follow in his footsteps, bringing the development and leadership to the continent.
Here's Lowry, following the basket by Al Horford, outside for Lowry. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Like a lot of jump shooters, Lowry's much more consistent when he gets his looks within the flow of the offense.
And stolen by Siakam. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. Here's Anunoby. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Richardson finds Horford. Back to Richardson. The shot's good on the assist by Horford.
For a guard, Josh Richardson has all type of length. He is consistently getting into the lane, and he can score.
Out to the right wing. Here's Van Vliet. Bangs home the trifecta. Van Vliet's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Raptors.
I like the efficiency here. 3 out of 4 shooting, just taking what the defense gives him.
Horford the pass to Harris. The 3. They get it again, and Embiid is right there.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
And it's Lowry with the ball. Brings it up for the Toronto Raptors. 4-point game. Pass to Van Vliet. Embiid with the steal. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Harris passes to Milton. Rebound by Kyle Lowry.
He liked to have that one back. That's easy money.
Ibaka outside. Back to Lowry. Here's Van Vliet. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
That's what you get from a veteran playmaker. If you get open, Lowry will find you. This is why you're trying to get him as many touches as possible. He's got the knack.
And we'll be back with you shortly. And let's listen to Pascal Siakam talking about the...
You come in every day. Guys ain't...
And Greg, when everyone is working hard, it builds a chemistry.
And a culture. Kevin, winning teams all have it. It's not enough to be here. You want to win.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1/4 of action so far. And what do you guys think about the Raptors here so far in this one?
I know it's early, but all those three-pointers, boy, do they add up.
And that's their strategy. Try to overwhelm you. Try to put you in a hole you have to dig yourself out of.
They've got Norman Powell. He's out there with Davis. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Boucher in at the 4th. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
From a low drama perspective, Steve, which stars do you think would be the easiest to play alongside and be their teammate?
I think Kawhi Leonard for sure, Kevin. Doesn't say much, just goes out and plays. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Jokic, a lot of those superstars. I think Paul George is another guy that goes out and just plays. So there's a few out there that would love to play alongside.
While there's a chance, let's show you the teams that have thrived on the fast break this season. Number 1, the Raptors.
You really got to admire their conditioning. I mean, it takes a major commitment to play that fast-breaking style, and they are all in.
Here's Thibault. Here's Neto, rejected by Gasol.
Gasol with those long arms is a shot blocking expert, especially down low.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Now here's Davis. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Here's Powell. Pass to Boucher. Over Scott. Just 5 on the clock. Almost, but it rolls out. The 76ers trail by 5. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Alder.
Well, Kevin, Kyle Lowry is hard-nosed, as we all know, and if you ask him, it comes from his upbringing in Philadelphia. Lowry said, a Philly player is what a basketball player is. We played on concrete. You got to be mentally tough. You're not trying to be athletic. You get hit the wrong way, you run into a metal pole. Kevin, that's what made him. From Philly to Villanova to Toronto to an NBA champion.
I don't know about running into the metal pole, but that sounds painful. But he's certainly as tough as he can be. David, thank you. Here's Gasol after the made shot from Joel Embiid. Here's Hollis Jefferson. 8 points his last outing. Drains the three-pointer. Davis has got himself on the board with 3 there.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple. And the Raptors took some heat for parting ways with reigning Coach of the Year Dwayne Casey. But his successor, Nick Nurse, guided this franchise to an NBA title.
Tremendous self-belief and determination. The only NBA head coach who was also a head coach in college, the G League, and overseas. He's been preparing for this for a long time.
Here's Neto. Can't cash in from close range. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. There's Hollis Jefferson. It's good. And now it's a 10-point Toronto lead. The 76ers have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. It's stolen by Davis. Goes up on the wing. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
At 7'1", it is hard to keep Marc Gasol off the glass.
The 76ers trail by 12. Neto, the pass to Scott. Shot to stop the run. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Passes it to Pop. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Here's Davis. A three-pointer, no good. Well, it was the 76ers, their last game, a loss to Detroit. Here's Neto. Connects on the 17-footer.
It looked like the defense just flat out froze out there. Clear breakdown in communication to allow that easy bucket.
The pass to Hollis Jefferson. Trying to find Davis. He's got it now. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it. Davis has got the lead up to 12 now for the Raptors. Here's Feibel. It's a hand on it, and Davis pulls it down. And it's Davis with the ball for the Raptors. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. And that will be the middle game of this 3-game homestand. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Feeds it to Embiid. That shot is off, coming up empty for the second time this game. 4 for 6. The 10-footer. And the Raptors tack on 2 more.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And Gasol sends it back. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. So both teams changing it up here. Here's Richardson. So it's Richardson with the jam.
Josh Richardson with an athletic play at the rim. It's all about making sure you get a quality look. And that's one.
Lowry kicks to Gasol. And that one hits back iron.
Wow, that's one you just kind of assume is going in. Tough luck.
With 4 seconds on the clock.
A remarkable interior presence. Horford's a veteran who still has those polished post moves.
And so it's Toronto up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are...
Thank you, Kevin. Kyle, a good...
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the
2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you. The first quarter for the Raptors was fairly even. At the end of one, they were able to end up with a 5-point. And...
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Now Lowry kicking off the second half. Here's Brett Brown's foul. Big forward pair. Harris the 3 and Horford the 4. Then it's Joel Embiid. Then it's Josh Richardson. And it's Milton in at the point.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today. And the most improved player in the league last season, Pascal Siakam, got better in every statistical category.
As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. You take a look at the Raptors. They're second in the conference and looking to finish strong heading into the playoffs. And, of course, there's the 76ers sitting there 4 spots below.
And for the Raptors, they've been on a tremendous run this season. All the pieces were in place coming into the year, and they haven't missed a beat. Great chemistry, great coaching, and potential to do some great things in the postseason.
Right. They knew teams would be gunning for them night in and night out. That's only fueled their commitment to putting a great product on the floor.
Horford, an easy 2 points on the layup. Horford's got 10 points. And it's those diamond-in-the-rough players that so often elevate the top teams. And, Greg, that's what the Raptors found in Pascal Siakam.
No doubt. The 27th pick back in 2016. Now a full-time starter on a rookie contract, just over $2 million this season. He is due for a big raise.
Here's Embiid. With that miss, he is now 4 for 7 from the field. And there's Lowry. That's good on the assist by Gasol. He's got 13.
3 out of 4 coming out of the half, showing good execution on the offensive end.
Richardson finds Embiid. Here's Milton, defended by Ibaka. Here's Harris. The putback, and Embiid is right there.
And, you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
Siakam, good. Siakam's got his second basket.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
Richardson. So it's Richardson with the jam.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Siakam outside. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Fast break, Philadelphia. In the corner, it's Richardson. Steve, when it comes to creating contact, which offensive moves can create the impression of a foul where the defensive player can do nothing about it?
I think ripping through the defender's arms is really tough for the defensive guy right now, Kevin. That's a hard move to defend if you're the defender.
Smitty, I think guys actually practice this, don't they? Ways they can kind of lure a defensive player in like that.
They do. They're strong enough now, and also they are, like you said, practicing that type of move.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Nice effort by Harris, attacking, being aggressive around the rim.
Lowry passes to Siakam. Back to Lowry. 17-foot shot on the way. And there are the Raptors with another bucket.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Milton the pass to Harris. Here's Milton. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Serge Ibaka picks one up there. Philadelphia shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well. Just about 75% from the line.
A new group in now for the Raptors. OG Anunoby's checked in for Siakam. Monday Hollis Jefferson comes in for Marc Gasol. Norman Powell's checked in for Fred VanVleet. Davis is subbed in for Kyle Lowry. Well, games so often come down to free throws, and when that's the case, these are the players you want at the line. The best free throw shooting 2 guards in the NBA. Well, you look at Burks, one of the league's best, 3rd in free throw percentage.
And this is a set of players that can drive and slash, hoping to draw contact, because if they can get to the bucket and the foul, it's going to...
And it looks like, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
The Raptors making a switch here. Boucher is checked in. It's Powell on the wing. Toronto working the ball around now. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. So here's Burks. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. And it's Harris off the drive and slam dunk by Harris.
An elite distributor for a big man. Horford is the kind of guy you want to play basketball with.
Davis against Burks. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. The three. Tries again. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in.
Great defense by Harris. He put in the effort to contest that shot.
Kyle Lowry firing on all cylinders for the Toronto Raptors. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. Setting the floor for the Raptors. Davis is out there with Powell, and it's Ibaka, and it's Anunoby in at the power forward. Thibault can't get it to go.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Here's Anunoby. Pass to Ibaka. Nails the wide-open jump shot. Ibaka's got his first basket.
And from that mid-range area, Serge gotten pretty reliable.
Burks the pass to Harris. And it's Toronto with the rebound.
What a defensive play. Gets the stop and does it without fouling.
It's hauled in by Thibault. The 76ers trail by 18. Passes it to Horford. Harris. It's good on the putback.
A much different player here in the second half. He's taking advantage of what the defense allows.
Burks against Davis. Down low. Here's Anunoby. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
With the tip. The pass to Powell. Three-pointer. It's good from long range. 8 points for Davis.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
You know what? They talked about this at halftime, and they're doing a better job of creating space.
Harris misses. Raptors leading by 19. And that one is hammered home.
A little undersized at the 4, but he can get off the ground.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
It's stolen by Ibaka. Inside. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. That one on Harris.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
They've taken nothing for granted. You can see they're playing the moment rather than the score.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Siakam is checked in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Fred VanVleet comes in for Norman Powell. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Davis. Lowry finds Siakam over Richardson. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Siakam.
This is what we talk about, valuing each possession, avoiding those kinds of mistakes.
Here's Richardson. Pass to Embiid. Will it go? And that misses badly. Air ball. And so Siakam will bring it up for Toronto. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Smitty, lately we're seeing more deep three-pointers than ever before. Think you could step out to that 35-foot mark?
Hey, Kevin, I can step out there, but the question is, could I make them at a high percentage? And that's what's so beautiful now. You're seeing these guys step out further and further, but their percentage is higher and higher than it would be from others in my area shooting 35-footers. This is fantastic, but I do not want to see a 4-point line.
Shoots from the corner. And the shot no good, a bit short. The 76ers shooting the ball at 42%.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Raptors.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And on the year now, tonight's impending victory will push their win total to 47. And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Kyle Lowry.
Shouldering the load for them all night offensively. He came in focused, ready to go, and he delivered.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Boucher is checked in. Johnson comes in for OG Anunoby. Thomas checked in for Fred VanVleet. And McCaw is subbed in for Kyle Lowry. Burks on the wing. He's guarded by Thomas. 5 on the clock. Kicks it to O'Quinn. Fires from 14. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
The uncanny ability to time the tip in. He does this night in and night out.
McCaw, the pass to Thomas. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession.
7-6 for your Raptors. Rondé Hollis-Jefferson.
Here's Neto. Pass to Burks. Fires the three. Cans it from downtown.
Burks is really good at picking his spots from outside when he's on the floor. A highly efficient shooter.
Thomas against Burks. That one's good from the corner.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
They gave the team tremendous energy tonight. The fans were fantastic. It was a true...
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining.
unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
And putting in that time and having it pay off between generations, so that's a great thing to hear.
So Blake, what are you excited to do in MyTeam and NBA 2K21?
just delve right in. For me, the most fun part about my team is starting fresh, honestly. When you get that new game, you pop it in and you build your team from those bronze, silver, gold tier players and are able to, when you finally get that, you know.
A look from above, the incredible city. And he's done a terrific job. Thanks, David. A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Herder the 2 with Hunter at the 3. John Collins is out there with Clint Capella. And it's Young in at the point guard position. And for the 76ers, Richardson and Harris filling out the wings. The talented combo up front, Horford and Embiid. And it's Milton in at the point. Now, here is Young. Up top, Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
So unselfish there. Young doing a good job of finding the open man.
And Brent, many consider Trae Young the first product of the Steph Curry generation. He grew up in the age of the three-point shot.
I think that's pretty fair. He said he recorded all of Steph Curry's games. He studied them and tried to see where Steph was gaining some advantage, and that balance of his shooting and his playmaking, then moving without the ball. You can see all of those sort of attributes that are coming out of Trae Young, courtesy of Steph Curry.
And the Hawks with possession here, following the miss by Josh Richardson. 2 points, that one goes.
Known for being a scorer, Herder is good at staying active and then looking to capitalize inside.
Milton the pass to Embiid. The putback, it's good on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Hawks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. And the foul on Josh Richardson. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
And so it's Atlanta with it. Young's shot is off. Harris finds Richardson. Back to Harris. Here's Milton. Knocks it loose. And another turnover here by Philadelphia. This game coming after a loss against the Pistons. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Richardson left side. And a dunk by Horford.
I like seeing Josh Richardson distribute the ball, especially when his teammates are wide open. That makes for an easy pass.
And even with the shift from Budenholzer to Pierce, the Hawks continue to rely on the 3 as much as any team.
No doubt about it. I think the front office still accentuating the fact that they want to find some floor spacers after that 19th pick in John Collins, a guy that can rim run and protect the middle. They wanted to go after as much shooting as they possibly could.
Now, here is Young, following the miss by Josh Richardson.
And how about the awareness Hunter possesses, understands when one of his guys has an opportunity.
At the elbow, Horford. Pass to Milton. Harris outside. It's good.
Tobias Harris getting a little bit creative, finding some room on the inside and keeping the defense guessing with that shot attempt.
Embiid with the steal. Lets it go from 14. Good, nice job down low.
And a better box out saves them 2 points there.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Are you asking me, GA? I'm not sure.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. 1:33 left to play in the first quarter. Hawks have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. And finished off by Collins.
Yeah, last season Collins only had 157 of those. Kevin, get used to it.
Here's Embiid, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Embiid's got his second basket of the game.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Hunter, the pass to Teague. The high post shot, and the Hawks getting another basket right there.
Excellent court vision by Teague to make the correct play off the pick and roll.
Here's Thibault. Comes up empty down low.
Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
That's how you drive your point home right there. And it's the 76ers with the ball after the basket by Atlanta. 30 seconds left in the first quarter. And Teague, here we go. And the shot goes in.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
There's 25 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Horford. Count the basket. Horford's got 6.
Think the D could do a little better. Horford is a very capable shooter.
Here's Teague, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Tipped away. It's stolen by Reddish. With 2 seconds left.
Well, there's always this talk about Jeff Teague and his speed on display there as he attacks with that opportunity.
Jeff Teague firing on all cylinders for Atlanta. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And we'll be right back after this. A native of Cameroon, Joel Embiid talks about...
Not knowing English, obviously I did.
And that unique sense of humor, Greg, is a specialty of Embiid.
He's a fun-loving guy who's become a must-follow on social media. And the transition he's made has been remarkable.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
Well, going to the bench early, they obviously knew what they were doing.
Yeah, looking for a spark here, and the coach tapped the right guys to get out there and provide it.
Scott is out there with Robinson. Then there's Alec Burks. Then it's Joel Embiid, and it's Korkmaz at the 2. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, when Trae Young was in college, he was known for his long-range shooting. But Young says, the people who know me best know that I'd rather get an assist than any other stat. I pride myself on making the right play. Knowing your teammates get joy and excitement from playing with you is all I care about. Kevin?
That's great to see. Thank you, D.A. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Here's Fernando, defended by Scott. Reddish with the ball. He's coming off a 22-point game against New York. Clock at 6. It drops for his third basket. He's missed only one shot. Brent, certain players make everyone around them better. Talk about some of those guys who will do that at the very highest level.
The interesting thing about today's game, Kevin, is it's not always the point guard position. I think in the past we thought two ways. The point guard, who has the ball in his hands, finding guys for them to make shots. And then through the 80s and 90s, it was low post players who were getting double teams and initiating some offense. Yes. Nowadays, it's a lot of wing guys, and it's guys like Kawhi Leonard, it's guys like LeBron James, Kevin Durant, throw Draymond Green in there with his ability to pass the ball, Jokic in there with his ability to pass the ball. It's all happening around the three-point line and getting into the gap. So they look a little bit different, the initiators, in today's game.
Korkmaz, no good.
This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
And a moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Teague.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for Atlanta. Young comes in for DeAndre Bembry. The 76ers trail by 16. Outside Robinson. To to stop the run. Horford, and it's Horford with the extra effort. Horford's got 8 points.
Constant, consistent energy from Al Horford. You love to see him being active out there on the offensive glass.
He gets it in there. And the Hawks lead by 16.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another, Greg.
Scott can't get it to go. Here's Atlanta. They're on a 12-4 run. Here's Reddish. That one drops for him. 10 points for him.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
You know, Brady's bounced around, but late bloomer Dwayne Dedmon making impressive strides in his game.
Yeah, you think about going from a 10-day contract to having a ton of starts as a center. This guy is very skilled, Dedmon, and the ability to go out and shoot the basketball, I think, has raised the most eyebrows about what he can do for your team offensively.
And the 76ers making a change here. Harris is checked in. Then for the Hawks, John Collins, he's checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. Hunter comes in for Vince Carter. And it's Teague in for Young. Here's Reddish. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Last time these two teams came together was also in this building. They were able to win it for the home fans.
And they cruised to a big win in their last meeting, getting that opposing starting lineup out of the game early with foul trouble.
And let's see if they bring that same attacking mindset with them into this game. They should. It worked like a charm last time, getting so many guys in foul trouble.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Really as good as any passing big that we have in the NBA. Horford is a guy who can run an offense as a big.
Over to the wing. Takes the 13-footer. Reddish's shot is good. Reddish has got 12 points now in the quarter.
Pretty easy right now. Clear out, give him some space, let him get to work.
For three, Harris. It's rebounded by Herter.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
Yeah, as good as you can do without getting a block there to defend.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. The shot by Reddish, no good. The 76ers trail by 16. Robinson finds Horford. Here's Thibault. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on Collins.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
The 76ers have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. Here's Herter. Kept alive, and it's put back up and in by Capella.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Hawks ahead, leading by 17. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. A tremendous game we're seeing from Cam Reddish. He had 14 points. And that should...
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. It's been one outstanding game from Cam Reddish.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Checking out the group for Lloyd Pierce to start the second half. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Young and Herter make up the backcourt, and it's Capella in at the 5 spot. Here's Milton. He's guarded by Collins. Milton the pass to Horford. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Pretty much an Al Horford staple right there. A polished player who has lots of confidence when he gets in that range.
They call him Red Velvet. Kevin Huerter, out of the University of Maryland, proved he can stripe it from day one.
And Greg Herter, the 19th pick back in 2018. Sweet touch, and at 6'7". Good size at the shooting guard position.
And the Hawks general manager, Travis Schlenk, coming from the Warriors with Trae Young and Kevin Herter. The Hawks hoping they have a kind of Splash Brothers East.
Here's Hunter. That shot is off. And it's Philadelphia the other way. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. And that'll be the middle game of their 5 and their longest homestand of the year.
The shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
And here's Young from the arc, from beyond the arc, and then some. Young's got 7 points.
That's Young's favorite shot right there. A lights-out long-distance sniper with unlimited range.
And a dunk by Horford.
And how about the agility coming from the big man? I mean, that's not something we often see from him.
You know, it's never going to be, Greg, a 360 dunk when he goes up with it, but it will be 2 points. We do know that.
Well, he's obviously got the length there to make those kind of plays. Just needs to attack more, and that time he did.
Young. He can't hit that time.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Here's Horford, the putback, and Embiid is right there.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
The Hawks leading by 16. Young outside, passes to Herter. In coming off the assist from Young. Young's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And Embiid has got the ball here for the Philadelphia 76ers. Harris, right side. Young with the steal. Here's Herter. Richardson covering. The kick out to Young. Back to Herter. Takes a 3. Another 3 for Atlanta. There's a lot of talk, Brent, about eliminating divisions, something that's been discussed. Do you ever think that's going to happen?
I don't understand what the divisions are, do you?
Well, no. We don't pay attention to the divisions.
We don't pay any attention to the divisions.
It's all about conference.
And we know that divisions end up helping in some ways with the playoff seedings, but it just seems strange today to have the divisions the way they are divided up. I think it helps when you're opening up a fish wrap in the morning if you check a traditional newspaper, but otherwise there could be something that goes away soon.
And it's Capella missing. The 76ers trail by 19. Here's Milton, and he uses the glass on the layup. Milton's got his first bucket in this one.
They found the touch from the field here in the second half. It was a struggle in that first.
And the dunk by Capella.
You got to keep the ball moving, and that time Herter's pass leads to an open look.
Here's Milton, and the layup falls. Milton's got 4 points in the quarter.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
To the wing on the left. There's 49 seconds left in the third. Herter, no good. 76ers have gone 7 of 9 from the field to start this second half. Some tremendous shooting from them. 2 points, that one goes.
Well, Richardson doing a great job in transition. Has good speed that time, accelerates in the open floor.
Young. Some solid defense from Harris.
Well, his shooting has been a little bit below par. You think about what this lead would look like if he was on. Lead passes like that are so hard to defend. He never had to break his stride. So full speed, 2 points.
And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on. And that field goal percentage climbing now above 50%. They look like a different team here in the second half.
Teague drives in. Can't connect from short range. And now the fast break, and Embiid with the ball.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed. He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
And so it's the Atlanta Hawks going into the break with a 10-point lead. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the fourth quarter. And so in the game for the 76ers, we've got Alec Burks. Korkmaz is out there with Scott. Then it's Joel Embiid, and it's Neto in at the 1 spot.
He just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Right wing. Now here's Teague. Defense is right there.
Really surprising to see the huge edge they have in rebounds, given what the scoreboard says.
To the middle, here's Scott, and it's Scott with the jam.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points. Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. Us updated from the sideline. Let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
I was able to listen in on Lloyd Pierce talking with his team. He was very fired up. He said, look, this is going to be a big win for us. We close this out, and we'll show the rest of the league who we are.
Young drives in, count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Trae Young showing off his finishing ability on the inside. As good as he is offensively, the challenge for Trae Young as the years go on here is to stand up defensively and shut down whoever he's guarding. Small and slender. If he can become just a little bit above average on that floor, that's a huge win for the entire team.
Here's Dedmon. Nails the baby hook. Dedmon's got his first basket of the night.
But no question, Dedmon gaining some confidence right now. Looks like he's enjoying himself, overcoming some things tonight.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And he said he's eager to change the narrative about his defensive shortcomings. But, Brent, what does Trae Young need to do to improve this?
Well, I think he has to look at the approach that Steph Curry had. You remember with the Warriors, a lot of questions about Steph not being able to guard his position and shifting off with play. Trae's got to accept that challenge as much as he's trying to lead this team offensively. If he can show defensively he can be consistent, that's going to go a long way for these young Hawks.
Back to Dedmon. And now the fast break, and Embiid with the ball. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Trae Young.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
The free throw drops for Embiid. And after he missed the first 2 seasons of his career, Greg, with a broken bone in his foot, would injuries be your main concern for Joel Embiid?
Look, no doubt about it. As long as he's healthy, he's an all-league performer. Still, 7-footers carry a lot of weight in our league. He wants to prove he can play big minutes. They just got to make sure they protect him.
It's pretty clear that Collins is settling in to the strengths of his game.
It will go down, and the Hawks lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Neto. Here's Herter. It's Young on the wing. Shoots from the elbow. Here's Capella. Back to Herter. Shot clock at 5. Young in the corner. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Young's got 9 points here in the second half.
This is Trae Young's game right there. Rise and fire, and these shots are helping out the offense.
Burks the pass to Korkmaz. Here's Thibault. He's guarded by Collins. From downtown, Thibault can't get it to go.
Well, you make strides to get back in the ball game, but an errant shot like that can definitely cost you any kind of momentum. Have to use better judgment there.
And I love the fact that he didn't try to take on the defense by himself. Great pass on the move.
Burks' shot is good. The Hawks leading by 9. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Here's Neto. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Neto's got 5 points in the quarter.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, both of these teams locked in on the offensive end. Going to be a high-scoring affair tonight.
Back to Young. Burks with the steal. Now the 76ers on the break. Here's Neto. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the defense.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. Both teams deciding to change it up. That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that trims the lead to 6.
Yeah, he cuts the deficit a little bit, but not as much as he could have. One miss can make a big difference.
And the pass to Hunter. Over Horford. And that one's good. Hunter. And the Hawks lead by 8.
With a number of moves and shots to choose from, Hunter is scary. Nice bucket there.
Horford has a wide open look. Count it. And he's now 8 of 9 from the floor.
Super shot from Horford there. His team counts on him to provide that for them. He's always ready for it.
Pass to Capella. And here's Young. Just 5 on the clock. The shot's good.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
And here's Neto outside. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Intercepted. And now the fast break, Embiid with the ball. He's looking for Richardson and finds him. So it's Richardson with the jam.
And maybe the natural-born leader that Josh Richardson is showing up in a big way.
Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
Pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
Nice to play with a point guard that takes pride in playmaking. It makes you move around just a little bit faster to get open spots.
Young for 3. Up again. And that falls. And it's a 10-point Hawks lead.
And they came in determined.
And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one.
RPM check benefits to the stick, resulting in unprecedented improvements in shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements in shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
You know, the amethyst, it's like gold at that point. So it's just really progressing, building my collection, really just creating the dream lineup, getting my favorite players throughout the different eras and putting them in a mode and progressing my way through and just building. It's just my kind of mode. It's so fun. I'm looking forward to getting started on it.
All right, thanks, Blake. We look.
Certainly one of the most beautiful. And before we get, they certainly can. Well done, DA. Thank you. As we approach the playoffs, let's see how the East is shaping up. We'll take a look at the Celtics. Right now, they're locked into third place in the conference, looking to get a high seed for the playoffs. And, of course, there's the 76ers, a few slots below them.
And, you know, for Boston, they must have reached every goal they set for themselves this season. For them to be this high in the standings this late in the season, what an accomplishment.
I don't know of anyone who thought the road to the championship would travel through their building this season, but that just may be the case.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. Hayward at small forward with Tatum at the 4. And it's Tice in at the 5, patrolling the paint. And for Philadelphia, Harris at small forward with Horford at the 4. And there's Embiid. Then it's Josh Richardson. And it's Milton in at the point.
Well, so important for the big man to sell that shot fake. Al Horford, you admire his patience in these situations.
And we come back to it again and again. If you're just looking at points and rebounds, you really miss Al Horford's impact. It goes way deeper than the box score.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Kemba Walker picks one up.
Guys, I know we've discussed this many times, but I don't think statistics really reflect Al Horford's true value. This guy is a terrific player and a pro's pro.
And Walker's got the ball here for Boston. And some detractors have looked at Horford's stats, and Greg, they said he's not an all-star. Even Sports Talk Radio calling him average Al.
Nonsense. I mean, still a great defender, efficient scorer, elite passer as well for a big man. Then you get to his leadership. Big Al is the total package.
Here are the Celtics with the ball. Brown right side. And finished off by Brown.
Well, this is where the powerful frame and explosive athleticism of Jaylen Brown becomes a problem for the opponent. Nicely done.
Now here is Harris. A 24-point outing in their last game against Detroit. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession.
Celtics ball.
The Celtics have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for to start off this game. Right side to Walker. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Boy, 4 for 4 to get things started. Must have been a good shoot-around this morning.
Here's Embiid, and the dunk by Embiid.
Oh, reversed it home. That was pretty.
Agreed. The agility on display. Brown feeling it out a bit. Launches a 3. Sinks the three-pointer. Brown's got his second basket of the night. Inching our way toward the end of the season here in the NBA, Doris, and just how much fatigue after all these games and all these months and practices and travel, how much fatigue are these players feeling, you think, right now?
Well, I think NBA players like to tell us, come March, come April, everybody has bumps and bruises. No one is 100%. What you're hoping to do as an NBA organization is manage the rest that you can possibly give to your guys down the stretch of the season, because the healthier you are going into the postseason, the better off you're going to be.
Here's Richardson following the basket by Jaylen Brown.
Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
Here's Tice. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Tice has got 6 points.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Back to Richardson. Looking to end the run, and it's Richardson slamming it down.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. Outside Tatum. 1:22 left to play here in the first, and stolen by Horford. Here's Embiid. Richardson trying to break loose.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
Here's Brown, and the dunk by Brown.
And that's how you answer. I'd say he just one-upped him. Pretty good one there.
These two guys really like going at each other, don't they?
What a brutal night for this guy, and it is having a ripple effect throughout the team. This is tough.
Well, it was the Boston Celtics, their last game, a loss to the Bucks. Richardson, that one falls.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
Hayward against Harris. Hayward goes in. Here's Brown. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Austin making some changes. Cantor checked in for Daniel Tice. Smart comes in for Brown. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Kemba Walker. In the corner, it's Harris. Passes it to Neto. Puts up a 3. And Cantor pulls it down. Right side, Smart. Good work defensively by Horford.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
Jaylen Brown has been leading the charge for the Boston. Al Horford was born in the Dominican Republic, and he talked about why he
Coming from a place where,
wanted to follow in his father's footsteps.
And what a career. College championships at Florida, an all-star in the NBA. I think he made the right choice.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And when you consider how the Celtics are doing, guys, what do you think?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court for the Celtics, Williams is out there with Enes Kanter. Then it's Marcus Smart. Then it's Tatum, and it's Wanamaker in at the 1 spot. Kanter, the pass to Wanamaker. Goes back up. The Celtics keep it going. A new 14-second shot clock. Here's Kanter from deep. Boston again missing. 76ers trailing. Left side, Scott. Pass to Thibault. Kicks to Robinson. On the wing, Scott. 5 on the clock. Pass to Embiid. And the dunk by Embiid.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
And the Celtics, Brad Stevens, one of the youngest head coaches in the league and also one of the more respected.
And Greg, I was surprised that he didn't get any Coach of the Year votes 2 seasons ago. Think about it. The Celtics overcame injury to make the Eastern Conference Finals. Last season, he admitted his most trying in the 12 years as a coach. Boy, he is looking to get them back on track.
Korkmaz. Great positioning on the putback. Korkmaz has got it all tied up now for Philadelphia.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Here's Wanamaker, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching, and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people that were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the baseline.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. And I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
I remember it very well.
Incredible.
Here's Brown after the Sixers pick up 2. Boston again missing.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Here we get a moment now to view the league's stingiest defenses. The Celtics second.
This is a team that takes pride on the defensive side of the floor. I mean, they play hard and they play together. They are a tough group to score on.
Alec Burks, Kevin, continuing to develop into a dependable scorer. He's got great size for a 2-guard.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Al Horford, he's checked in for Joel Embiid, and Tobias Harris subbed in for Mike Scott. Daniel Tice is checked in for the Celtics. Kemba Walker comes in for Brad Wanamaker. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Smart.
2 minutes left in the second quarter.
Burks against Walker. It's Brown on the wing. He's got 9. Uncovered. And again, it's Boston converting.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Very rare for players to be elite defenders from the moment they set foot in the NBA, but that was the case for Marcus Smart. A tremendous physicality to go with a pit bull disposition has made him downright scary at times at that end of the floor.
And that one's good. Korkmaz.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
You know, Greg, defense forgiven for Marcus Smart. The growth necessary for him has been at the offensive end.
And now, finally making progress as a three-point shooter. Had already made strides with his passing. He's becoming quite the two-way player.
And now the 76ers on the break. Here's Harris. Rebounded by the Celtics. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks. Here's Tice. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest 5s in the NBA.
Here's Harris. Rebound by Williams.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Outside, Smart. Just 5 to shoot. Launches it. Doesn't go that time. Here's Korkmaz. Harris. Good on the short little jump shot. Harris has got the lead up to 4 now for Philadelphia. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. For the 76ers, the first quarter was pretty even. During one stretch, they trailed by 7. Never. That's all for now.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. It's been a clinic out there by Jaylen Brown.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Big forward pair. Harris the 3 and Horford the 4. Then there's Embiid, then there's Richardson, and it's Milton in at the 1. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. And the Celtics rebounding well this summer. From the loss of Kyrie Irving and Al Horford, Kemba Walker possibly a better fit for this team.
And with their young core, understandable that they didn't want to extend Horford out to age 37. A revamped roster, but I think they remain a contender in the East.
A putback, and it's Horford with the extra effort. Horford's got 8.
That's what we call attacking the glass with aggression and power. Al Horford, the second chance opportunity.
2 free throws coming up, and then, folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, Personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And he gets the whistle. And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Hayward kicks to Tatum. And it's sent back by Horford.
Well, this is how Al Horford gets it done as a rim protector. His anticipation and his positioning are exceptional.
Richardson against Brown. Out to the right wing. Here's Milton. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Back to Richardson. Now the pass to Milton. Clock at 4. Fires the 3.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
And you look at Jaylen Brown, the third pick back in 2016. Doris, tantalizing strength and athleticism.
Well, the absolute definition of a perfect basketball body. Excellent first step. For him, it's all about aggressiveness, bringing those tools to bear in terms of your basketball skill.
Here's Richardson. After Gordon Hayward's bucket, Embiid, no good. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Walker leading the charge. A shot by Hayward, wide open, sinks the triple. Now it's a 7-point Celtic lead.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Richardson for 3. Rebound, Gordon Hayward.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones. And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Here's Milton. Kemba Walker making his last shot. And the shot goes in. Embiid's got 10.
Well, the problem is they haven't gotten production from any other spot. But right now, this guy is cooking.
Hayward on the wing. Fires for 3. And Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got his 4th rebound in this one.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Robinson finds Richardson. Keeps it alive. And it's Horford with the extra effort. Horford's got 4 points this quarter.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
And those second chance points can add up.
Yeah, this is the very definition of feeling it. Jaylen Brown taking smart shots and playing perfectly within the team schemes.
Milton, the tip in on the offensive rebound. Milton's got his first 2 points. Boston leading by 5. To the paint, here's Hayward. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
I think Brown demonstrating he's got a great understanding of the game. He keeps his head moving, his eyes open so he can spot the open man.
Now here is Robinson. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And the shot goes in from Embiid.
Sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
In the corner, it's Hayward. The baseline jam. And again, it's Boston converting.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
A shot by Milton, no good.
Boy, he did everything right till he got to the rim. He needs to finish that.
In the corner, it's Hayward. The tray. Offensive rebound, Celtics. Back to Brown, and stolen by Richardson. Here's Robinson. It's deflected.
Well, really improving as a defender. Jason Tatum has those long arms to redirect shots.
8 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Korkmaz. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Korkmaz has got his third bucket of the night. Knocked away from deep three-point range, and the miss. And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the fourth. Celtics lead by 4. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates, Greg. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. On the floor for Boston, Williams is out there with Hayward. Then there's Smart. Then it's Williams. And it's Wanamaker in at the point.
Well, Marcus Smart has a knack for understanding where missed shots are going to come off, and he's got the vertical to get on the glass. Nice.
Scott, good.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Boy, when it's this close, you try not to give up these kinds of buckets. Boy, you got to do better defensively.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
To the inside, takes it from 10, and again it's Philadelphia. Celtics leading by 5. Feeds it to Williams. In the corner, Smart with it. The Celtics working the ball around now. Fires, high post. Again, the Celtics good for 2. Philadelphia shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Passes it to Neto. Right side, Scott over Williams. Pass to Thibault. Pass to Neto. Down to 5 on the shot clock. This one for 3. Here's Harris, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket.
They've cashed in on a lot of second chance opportunities here in the second half. That extra effort will help them cut into this deficit.
It's Smart with the drive. The dish to Williams. And there's the whistle, 3-second violation. And a look now at the Boston Celtics' upcoming schedule. On Friday, they'll take on John Wall and the Washington Wizards. Then on Sunday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Chicago against the Bulls.
And just looking ahead to what's on tap, there are a lot of winnable games for them, but you can't go into the stretch with that mentality. You've got to focus on what's in front of you and bring it every night.
Harris, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That's good from Harris. And the 76ers with some changes. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Mike Scott. Horford comes in for Korkmaz. And it's Burks in for Raul Neto. And then for Boston, Daniel Tice is checked in for Williams. Tatum comes in for Williams. And Walker subbed in for Brad Wanamaker. Tatum's shot is off.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Harris passes to Embiid. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. The first free throw is good. Shake Milton, he's checked in for Burks. And Embiid drops them both.
You must embrace the pressure and knock down critical free throws. Nicely done.
And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Here's Tice. The putback. Horford with the rebound. Horford's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Thibault, the pass to Horford. Embiid dishes to Horford. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Al Horford, a force inside right now, willing himself to the line, getting physical near the basket.
And the 76ers making a change here. Richardson's checked in, and the Celtics also making a change. Jaylen Brown's checked in for Marcus Smart. Count it.
Oh, Kevin, Jaylen Brown with a big shot, proving hard work pays off.
On deep. Harris's shot is off.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have the confidence. You have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
The pass to Horford. The rebound by the Celtics. Right side Tatum. Hayward from outside. Good on the three-point shot.
Exactly what you want from the talented Hayward, the kind of poise that makes him a big shot maker.
Lets it fly. And Tatum pulls it down.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Count it, good. And the Celtics lead by 8.
Looking to close it out. That one might have been the backbreaker.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
Richardson, no luck. And here's Hayward. He'll bring it up for Boston. Here's Tatum. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on Harris.
Well, you like to see Jason Tatum be aggressive even when the defense gets physical.
And so Tatum nails them both.
Well, this trip to the line should seal the deal. Amazing job.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Here's O'Quinn, 11 feet out, and he hits it.
What you like about O'Quinn in the mid-range is how quickly he pulls up for that shot.
And so the Celtics now can just hold on to the ball. Here's Ojale, and he misses his first shot.
Going for that shot in that situation is something that isn't going to help the offense.
And in a way, by taking that one, he's bailing out the defense. It's just too easy to stop.
There's Green with the 3. Connects from three-point range.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up.
So it's the Celtics picking up.
unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Up with you in 2K21. We'll see you soon.
Thanks. Look forward to it.
play for this week from our own LD2K. It was just too good to pass up.
Quickly take a look at the standings out east. The season nearly complete. Taking a look at Toronto. Right now they've acquired the second best record in the conference. And of course the 76ers down 4 spots from them.
And I think for the 76ers, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
You know, I thought maybe they'd have it in them to actually join those leaders this season. But you're right, it's still nice work considering where they are.
Here are the 5 for the Raptors. Siakam and Ibaka, the duo down low. Right, Van Vliet out there with Lowry, and it's Anunoby in at the small forward. And for the 76ers, Richardson and Harris filling out the wings. The talented combo up front, Horford and Embiid. And it's Milton in at the point. Here's Embiid. That one rolling around and rims out. Lowry finds Siakam. Tries again. And the shot goes down. Siakam's got his second bucket.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Good. Aren't some of those lottery-bound teams now giving more minutes to their younger players, developing them, looking into the future, which means more veterans, unfortunately, will have to sit and watch.
And, you know, I always say this, and it's much easier said than done, but you're a professional, whether you're in the rotation, a young player or an old player, you have to approach it in a professional manner. And that means accepting the good with the bad, the sweet with the bitter, and that takes a maturity level. And, you know, when the trade deadline is behind you.
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in, they've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And, you know, Lowry looks to set up his open teammates beautifully. Nice dime there, and it really keeps the team tied together nicely.
And Ibaka kicks to Anunoby. Pass to Van Vliet. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And only 6 feet tall in shoes, Fred Van Vliet's not the biggest, but his toughness, his toughness, mentally and physically, is unquestioned.
And Kevin, growing up in Rockford, Illinois, gave him that perspective. Friends and family gone too soon. Basketball is the path to something better. Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Harris passes to Horford. Here's Van Vliet. And the Raptors miss again. The 76ers trail by 6. And here's Harris from the arc. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Harris. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard. Here are the team leaders in steals. You need to play heads up against these squads. The Raptors in second.
You can't get careless with the basketball against this group. I mean, they'll pick your pocket, and no surprise to see them in the upper echelon as far as steals.
Anunoby in the corner. Launches a 3. Drills it from outside.
And what an assured player. Anunoby believes in his ability to shoot the ball off the catch.
Out left to the wing. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved a layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group.
You know, he was the third pick in the 2007 NBA draft, guys. Horford won 2 college championships at Florida back-to-back before entering the league.
And here's Neto outside. He's all alone. Here's Hollis Jefferson. It's rebounded by Neto. And it's Neto with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. 11-point game. The Raptors' Nick Nurse winning an NBA title in his first season. Greg is an NBA head coach.
The first time a head coach who'd also helmed a team in a foreign league has won it. Nurse often reminisces fondly on those days coaching in Europe. And this summer, he was entrusted with coaching the Canadian national team at the FIBA World Cup.
In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Raptors.
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
And there's the pass to Horford. Here's Korkmaz. That one wide left. Hollis Jefferson finds Powell. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling. Off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Neto, the pass to Scott. And here they go. Toronto working the ball around now. Here's Boucher, and he gets the bucket.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Raptors leading by 18. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And the shot goes in.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Here's Thibault, guarded by Powell. Pass to Neto. Scott with the ball. Back to Neto. Over to the left wing. Here's Thibault. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Toronto. Now a veteran in the NBA, Serge Ibaka, talked about his role.
I like to do all those little things running up.
And Ibaka, Greg, a great complimentary player.
And you like his combination of size and skill, able to impact the game at both ends on a high level.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, the Raptors enjoying a nice lead here.
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
So for Toronto right now, we've got Davis. He's out there with Norman Powell. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Boucher in at the 4-man position. Here's Thibault, guarded by Powell. Thibault, the pass to Horford. 6 to shoot. And it's Rondae Hollis Jefferson with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And the 76ers making a change here. Embiid's checked in. From the high post, he drills it.
Embiid really good at shooting in rhythm off the catch.
So the 76ers, their last game, a loss to Detroit.
You know, guys, it's not surprising to hear that Joel Embiid gets a lot of inspiration from Hall of Famer Hakeem Olajuwon. Both came to the game late. Both represent the continent of Africa. And Embiid really kind of modeled his game after Hakeem, and that's a heck of a model.
Thibault can't get it to go. Toronto's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Here's Siakam. Makes it off the glass. Siakam's got 6.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
And when he first came to America, you know, what a great story this is. Embiid's coach in Cameroon sent him a DVD of Hakeem's highlights.
And that was a good start for Embiid, and good work by you, Kevin, to dig up that factoid. Very nicely done. But you're right, Embiid said he watched that tape every day for 3 years, and you can see evidence of him watching that tape and how he plays.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, one of the reasons Toronto was able to win the NBA championship was the astronomical improvement from Pascal Siakam, who was recognized as the league's most improved player. It was the dream of Pascal's late father that he'd reach this level, and his determination to make that reality has brought him a long way from home. Kevin?
It has indeed, D.A. Great story, and thank you.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Embiid's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, Embiid plays with really good effort, and he plays with an effervescence that's contagious, and it's really endearing for a guy of his size.
And smothered him on that mid-range attempt.
As a defender, he's going to just be a bothersome, worrisome guy, making you miserable all night, a hand in your face on every jumper.
Lowry, the putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Thibault, the pass to Burks. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession. Mark, there are a lot of great playmakers in this NBA that sometimes we don't talk about or under the radar.
Yeah, there are. Again, there's so many outstanding players in a league of 30 teams, but you know, Drew Holiday has been outstanding as a big playmaking guard, as good scoring the ball as he is playmaking. Draymond Green, not a guard, but makes decisions and passes the ball like a high-level guard, and is extremely valuable in that Warriors attack. Those two guys are a little bit undervalued for their ability to make their teammates better.
Good point.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
You know, sometimes making it difficult for him to finish at the rim is all you can ask for from the defense.
Unable to get that one. And it's Philadelphia the other way. This game coming after a loss against the Pistons. The feed to Harris. And slam dunk by Harris.
Tell you what, fellas, like seeing Harris be engaged from there. I mean, refusing to settle for the simple layup. Nice finish.
Anunoby in the corner. Shoots the three. Good on the triple. Anunoby's got his third basket of the night.
And you can see he just caught a glimpse of the open man on the perimeter and immediately got him the basketball.
Neto surveying the floor. Harris kicks to Neto. Fires the three. Rebound by the Raptors. Siakam's got 4 rebounds in this game. Van Vliet passes to Anunoby. Does not find the target. That makes him 3 for 5. In the corner, it's Richardson. Lets it go with the three. And it's Lowry with the rebound. And a wide open look for Siakam. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. A dominating first half of basketball. And so far, hasn't. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. It's Toronto with the advantage at the half. They are completely in control of the game. And that should...
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Pascal Siakam, guys, really making a difference here.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
Big forward pair. Harris the 3 and Horford the 4. Then there's Richardson. Then it's Joel Embiid, and it's Milton in at the point. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Back to Van Vliet. The tray. Rebound by the 76ers.
Well, you look at the career of Tobias Harris, and boy, he's bounced around a bit. Has never slowed his development or production, though. You put him anywhere, and he'll find a way to help his team.
Van Vliet with it. He's got 6. Ibaka outside. Lowry inside the line. Wow, way off on that one. And with Harris, he's been moved so many times. You know what, Greg? You forget he's still quite young.
Yeah, I mean, he really is just starting to enter what should be the prime of his career. Has improved every offseason and is a great rebounder and scorer.
And so Lowry will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand.
Well, an awful beginning to this half, guys, missing their first 4 attempts.
Richardson outside. Embiid trying to break loose. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
When he's got ideal position inside, I mean, Embiid goes right into the contact. He hunts it out.
Both teams will make substitutions.
And a chance to check out Joel Embiid here. The last 10 games, he has been on a heck of a run, putting up 26 points per, 10 rebounds, and 2 assists. And you can't help but be impressed by his numbers.
You know, guys, I think he's the engine of this offense. He makes them go. Without his scoring, I think they'd be a totally different team.
And you look at Joel Embiid, Clark, for a player standing 7'2", probably close to 300 pounds. You've got to be impressed with how well he moves out there.
And, Kevin, that's the first and most eye-catching thing about him when I watch him, is how nimble he is for his size. And you notice it at the offensive end because he's got great skills and footwork, but defensively, he doesn't pick up a lot of cheap fouls despite having the primary role of rim protector for his team.
Robinson kicks to Horford. To the wing right side. Hilton the pass to Thibault. Outside Robinson. Hits the three-point bomb. Robinson's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Raptors leading by 19. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, after 5 years as an assistant in Toronto, last season Nick Nurse moved to head coach of the Raptors, and the team responded, winning the franchise's first NBA championship. Nurse has been at this for 3 decades. He got his first head coaching position at the age of 23. And he has moved all throughout basketball, both domestically and abroad, guiding 15 teams in 5 different countries. After winning it all last year, Kevin, he's finally made it to the top.
David, he sure has a long and winding journey. Thank you. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Here's Thibault. 76ers with the new shot clock. Horford sinks it from just inside the baseline. Horford's got 4 this quarter.
And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit's still large, but now not insurmountable.
And, Greg, that kind of deficit, I think they're going about it the right way. I mean, they've got to get aggressive on defense. They need stops. And then you got to take care of the basketball at the other end so you get a good shot every trip. It's just been a brutal outing for him. He still hasn't managed to make a shot, and the team is struggling because of it.
Embiid with the steal. Here's Milton. The shot's good on the assist by Horford.
In perfect timing. This run is exactly what they needed, and it's right when they needed it. They couldn't afford to wait any longer.
Yeah, it's still a big hill to climb. I mean, it was essential that they at least made some kind of dent in that lead before we got to the fourth quarter.
Pass to Milton. Kicks it to Horford. Here's Thibault. He's guarded by Davis. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. His 3-pointers off the mark. Raptors leading by 19. Here's Siakam. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. Siakam's got 12 in the game.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
And Siakam throws it down.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into easy points.
And, you know, he might want to think about deferring for a while. He's had his chances this quarter, but just not able to convert. They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
Here's Van Vliet. And it's off from three-point range. That one, no good. And so it's the Toronto Raptors holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. We'll return shortly. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense too, Greg. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. Setting the floor for the Raptors. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Johnson. Then it's Ibaka. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's McCall in at the one spot. Mark, I want to take you back a bit here to 1982. What was going through your mind over your first few NBA games?
Well, Kevin, first of all, I was really excited and thankful to have a chance to realize a dream, but I was also a little bit nervous going up against some of the guys that I had watched and idolized from afar. But once you're between those lines, it's not about idolizing guys. It's about trying to posterize them.
Any player in particular, one player that you looked out on the floor and you were out there as well saying, oh, my goodness, look who I'm playing against tonight?
Well, when we first saw the Celtics and the Sixers, Larry Bird and those great teams in the 80s, Cedric Maxwell and Kevin McHale, and then the Sixers, my rookie year, won it all. And they had Moses Malone, Dr. J, Bobby Jones, some of the greats in the game. So those two teams, and Dr. J and Larry Bird in particular.
And here's Lowry. He'll bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. Hollis Jefferson finds Powell. Raptors get it back. Hollis Jefferson can't hit. The 76ers trail by 21. So here's Burks. Korkmaz uses the glass to finish the layup.
And that's almost automatic anytime he can get the ball in that position.
Lowry against Burks. The shot by Lowry, no good.
You know, guys, you can tell he wants to contribute more, but his teammates have picked up the slack for him. That's what being on the team is all about.
Harris's shot is good.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
In the mid-range, rarely the hallmark of efficiency in today's NBA, but it is on point tonight.
It sure is, Greg. It might be the strongest aspect of their offense here.
And the basket by Lowry. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Raptors.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Here's Anunoby. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Harris has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Embiid finds Harris. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Richardson the pass to Harris. And that one, good. Harris has got 4 points in the quarter.
You know, you can't allow Harris to get comfortable there now, guys. I mean, once he gets the positioning he wants, you're toast.
It's Powell on the wing. Jacks up a 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got 3 assists tonight. Richardson for 3. The offensive rebound.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by.
But only if you grind hard enough to get yourself in tight before the shot goes up, guys. You got to get your work done before the shot is attempted. Boy, he really bungled that finish.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Toronto.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And on the year now, tonight's impending victory will push their win total to 47. And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Kyle Lowry.
Every inch of the floor was his tonight as he came out and injected an energy into every play.
Embiid finds Harris. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Well, we knew that Tobias Harris would be one of the big names during free agency this past summer.
Wasn't a lot of speculation for him when free agency hit. Ends up staying with the Sixers, and I think it makes sense for both sides, and he fits nicely next to Embiid.
Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for the 76ers. Raul Neto comes in for Richardson. A new group in now for the Raptors. Boucher is checked in. Stanley Johnson comes in for Hollis Jefferson. Thomas checked in for OG Anunoby. And McCaw is subbed in for Kyle Lowry. Outside Thomas, the 3, and the 3 ball is good.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what. And they got it done.
That's his first personal foul. Shooting for Toronto. Norman Powell.
First one falls for him.
2 shots.
He hits both from the stripe. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Burks. Lost contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Incredible body control right there. Don't know how he was able to get that one to go, but it sure was a thing of beauty to watch.
Here's McCall. Here's Powell. Can't connect. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.